Hi, welcome to Teach Start, and today we're going to be looking at the humble teacher. Now, what do we mean by humble? Humble means that you are not invincible, that you are not perfect, that you don't present yourself as all-knowing, all-encompassing. Everything I say is the truth. Everything I say is absolutely what happens and whatever. As a humble teacher, you can realise areas where you can admit your mistakes. And you can show yourself to be vulnerable and show yourself to not be absolutely perfect. Now, this seems in contradiction to a previous video I've made about being a confident teacher and believing in yourself and believing and presenting yourself as an expert. There's a distinction between that and being overconfident and being just someone who doesn't seem to understand when they've got it wrong. And students don't necessarily like someone who's arrogant and someone who's overly confident. And I think this video is to balance that video out and actually say there are times where it's really important to open yourself up a little bit. And it can be in any kind of area. It can be your subject knowledge, it can be behaviour management. I mean, you can admit to getting something wrong. And there's been times before where I'm sure I've seen the situation in the right way, and through talking to students later on, I realised actually I might have got the wrong end of the stick, and I think, oh, actually that could have happened. From what I saw, that could have been the situation. And it's really important just to open up and be honest with students and say, well, this is what I thought, this is why I thought it, but now that you've said that, I can understand why that could have happened, and actually I'm willing to believe you on that. And just not being someone who makes a decision and can't ever be moved on it. We're talking about subject knowledge. It's really important to open up with the students about how difficult you found it when you were learning it. That actually, for this lesson, I got that wrong. Planning this lesson, I got that wrong. And actually, the right answer is this. And I did that mistake because of, and they go, oh yeah, that's why I did that mistake. But I forgot about this bit here. And I think you've probably done the same thing. So this is why the answer's this. And it's difficult not to overplay that. If you're constantly saying, I keep getting these things wrong, then your students lose confidence in you as a teacher. But it allows them and you to have a kind of connection that you've struggled as well, that you are not, you weren't born with this knowledge, that you had to learn it yourself. And that you're still fallible to mistakes. Like if I make a mistake on the board, which does happen, I'm quite open to admit, you know what, I see what I've done this instead of that. Actually, the answer should be that. Well done for spotting it, or whatever. So being a humble teacher is really, really important. But just make sure, like everything in life, it's done in moderation, that you don't have the students lose confidence in you. It's really important to have the students see you as an expert, see you as someone who will help them, but not see you as someone who just is completely arrogant and completely out of touch and will never be moved and will never make mistakes, because you need to be relatable as well. And someone who's perfect and born with the knowledge is not relatable to them, so they won't see you as a kind of role model for their education and see you as someone who can get them to where you're at, because that's why they're in your classroom, is they want to get to where you're at with this subject. They want to understand it as well as you understand it. And if you say, no, I've never made mistakes, I'd never made that mistake, then it's very difficult for them to see themselves on that journey to gaining all of your knowledge and to getting the good results in the exams that you got. So I think that being like a bit of humility, a bit of humbleness is really, really important in all aspects of teaching, and it allows you to be a lot more relatable as a teacher. I hope you found that video useful. If you've got any comments, please comment in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to see more from us, please click subscribe. We release videos every single weekday at 5 o'clock in the evening. Thank you.